Hey guys, welcome to the forecast for those born with the red sign in their charts for 2018. Now, just in case you don't know the format of how we do a forecast, see the link above and below or on the screen right now. Click on this and go to the site and print your chart. So let's have a look at all the auspicious stars in the sign of the rat. Now, if you have the rat in your destiny chart, these are the stars that you have. But in order to use all the good stars, remember, you need to take a proactive step. Meaning you need to take an action or do something in relation to the energies of these stars in order to derive the benefit. Okay? Now, if you see some of the inauspicious stars, we will be discussing later on, if you don't like those things, it's really simple. To avoid them, simply do less and or not get involved in those activities that are related to the inauspicious stars. For those of you born with the sign of the rat, you have these four really awesome auspicious stars. The first one is called the 8 Seeds. Now, the 8 Seeds is a star that is known for gaining popularity or trust and or improving in terms of positions. Now, that is in the old days, the old view of the 8 Seeds. Now, I find that in the current modern era, a lot of people who want to get famous online or on social media, on Facebook or Instagram or even on YouTube. Now, if they have a video, for example, and they want to gain some popularity, you know what? This star will be able to support you in those activities. So of course, you need to be involved in those activities in order to benefit from the energies of these stars. If you have not already decided that you want to take the front row seat or you want to gain some momentum in your work or popularity in your work, then you know what? Having these auspicious energies will be not much use for you, okay? Now, the next star is called the Relief God. The Relief God is a star that solves problems. So if you have lingering issues from the year before, from 2017, that you want to resolve in 2018, this will be a perfect year for it. What sort of a problem, you might be asking? Well, for one, might be health issues. There might be lingering health issues that you need a checkup or a treatment that you want to seek this year. Well, perfect year to get rid of this problem. And or it could be a relationship issues that has been lingering on for some time. You need to confront somebody to talk about stuff that you have in your heart that you want to talk about for some time. Well, this is a good start to resolve things amicably. And even if your colleagues and friends stuff you want to discuss and find it hard to do so in the years before, well, this year you might come to a very easy resolution with the help of the Relief God star. It's not really a god, it's just the name of a star. Now, the next one is called the Advisor. This is a really good star if you are looking for good teachers in your life. You see, anything that you want to achieve in your life, any goals that you have for 2018 or beyond, is usually from where you are right now to where you want to be is just missing knowledge. If you knew how to do it, for example, to make the right investments, to actually perform a certain duty or task or an activity or an action, for example, is basically the know-hows. Now, there are two ways to do it. One is to, buy some books and do some self-study and reading to learn the skill, and or you can find a good teacher to teach you exactly how to do it. Well, the Advisor is such a teacher. If you seek, you shall find the good teachers to teach you. First, you must know what you want to learn though. If you don't know what you want to learn, you just, don't know what to do, then having these stars are as good as not having them at all, okay? And finally, you have this star called Heavenly Arts. Now, this is in a different stream of stars when it talks about the Earth's orbit around the sun. So different masters will have different views of what the name of this star is. But for me, I call it the Heavenly Arts. It particularly benefits those in the artistic or creative line. So if you are already in the line of advertising, in journalism, in creativity, in innovation, in invention, for example, you're an artist, well, this is a particularly favorable year for you. When I say favorable, it means that your career might be making you some huge progress and or your work will get a lot of attention, for example. Now, if you're not already in the arts, you might want to consider going into the arts or incorporating some artistic nature into your work in order to ride the wave. Now, these are the auspicious stars. And again, in order to use them, you got to participate in those activities that involve the strengths of the stars. Now, let's look at the flip side of the coin. It cannot be that every sign is only positive, right? There's also some negative elements we should pay attention to. But these are the 5 inauspicious stars that are influencing the sign of the rat in 2018. Now, not all of them are of equal strength. Some of them you can safely ignore, while some will have a stronger impact if you accidentally get involved in those activities. Let me explain. For example, blood knife. In the old days, it actually means injuries and bleeding, but today it might mean a different thing. Now, you do have the Relief God star, which indicates the possibility of seeking treatment that might involve minor surgery if you have the blood knife star. The outcome is still positive because relief god always ends up in a positive note. Now, funeral door generally indicates poor immunity. Okay, so in the old days, people with this star, they say, hey, don't go to all these funerals because you might attract some bad energies or bad spirits. It's not bad spirits, it's just that people are more prone to the viruses, in those environments that are not so hygiene. So it's easier to fall sick this year. Now, the next star is called Instability, and instability, as the name implies, it means people who are going back and forth and not knowing what to do. Now, if you're one of those people who have not yet at this point in time in your life figure out what your life purpose is or what you want to do with your life or what you want to do in 2018, instability creates that, back and forth thing, much ado about nothing. It's like time passes and you don't really know what you want to do. It's a very frustrating position to be in. However, if you concentrate on the positive stars that we talked about earlier on, you get to move ahead and bypass the problems of the instability star. A funeral basically indicates that there are problems in the home, arguments and disputes, a lot of challenges. Now, all you have to do is don't spend too much time talking about domestic issues at home and focus on solving problems on the outside, then you won't have this problem of this star. The flying chase is a simple issue, a little bit of backstabbing, a little bit of annoyance, it's no big deal. So all in all, if you judge the qualities of the positive and negative, I would say in 2018, for the rat, it's pretty positive. Now let's get down to specifics. Now, where your star appears, where the rat appears, does give you an indication specifically to what may happen or what's in store for you, and if you take advantage of these energies, you can benefit more in the year 2018. Now again, to get your personalized chart, you need to go down to joeyup.com/2018. That's the URL, and by the way, there's a driver's guide, a special report that gives you all the details that I talk about and all the notes that you need to learn about your sign. Now, let's go on to the summary here. These are the year above. If you see the rat in the year above, whatever I just told you about will relate to your social network, your group of friends, your industry, your market condition. Okay, so it normally involves the people, like the most external part of influence of your life. Now, if you see the rat in the month, which means you're born in the month of the rat, well, that involves your career. So the relief god star and the 8-6 involves your work. So make sure in your work you want to step up and volunteer to solve problems, because with the help of the relief god star, you're able to solve problems, or look for mentors for help, look for your seniors, ask for advice. You would be able to make great career advancements because right here, it represents your career opportunities. Now, if you see it on your day, the day represents the self, it represents your relationships. So in terms of your relationships, you have the relief god, because that's the star in the rat. That means you might be able to solve some long lingering relationship issues that has always been in the back of your mind, but you're afraid to talk about it. Well, this year, you might be able to resolve it. Or maybe there's some unhealthy relationships that you have been in for some time, you don't know when to call it quits. Well, this might be the year to say, you know what, let's amicably separate. For example, not all relationships are bad, but some relationships are hazardous to your health. You need to know how to move on. So this will be a perfect time for it. It means resolving problems. And finally, the rat might be in the hour pillar. The hour pillar represents desires and or investment opportunities. Since you have the relief god star, it might mean that you might be able to get rid of something, so which means selling stuff. So if the previous years you've already invested in owning certain assets that has already appreciated in value and you're looking for suitable buyers, well, guess what? This might be the opportunity for you to do so. Remember, you need to take action on this in order to take advantage of the positive energies that are in store for you. Now, if you'd like to learn more about your animal sign, specifically to your chart, there is a free guide that I've created that is in joeyup.com/2018. You see the link right here or on your screen right now. Go to this link and download that driver's guide. It'll give you all the details that you need to thrive in 2018. And until then, I wish you a fabulous, fantastic, healthy, and happy 2018.